It's a great question, and one which from the outside might seem really straightforward, but in reality, there's actually quite a lot of nuance to it. So often customers want to maximize the energy they generate on their roof, and in those cases, it's quite straightforward. That'll lean us towards selecting the most efficient panels on the market. Other scenarios might be that the customer's prioritizing the aesthetic of the house, for example, and in that case, they might choose all black panels, which look sleek, and they're often a requirement for planning permission. So that kind of covers that. And when I say all black, that involves panels where essentially the grid lines are dark, so the whole array kind of blends in neatly with the roof. There's other scenarios as well for a range of other panels. So, for example, we often come up against inner city homes where roof spaces are very limited, um, specifically small terrace housing, and they've often got limited roof spaces, but they've also filled with obstacles like windows, chimneys, pipes. And in those cases, we tend to select specialist kind of smaller footprint panels, and we have to base it on a lot of factors. But our role of designers is to essentially help the customer identify the right one for their house and for them. We are brand agnostic, but we do also tend to use a small selection of panels that we trust. And that's because they've got high efficiency, they have really good warranties, and the performance is just overall very good. But that said, we're always happy to consider any alternatives if customers have preferences. For example, I know in the past we've come across customers who want panels manufactured more locally, or they're particularly interested in a certain panel technology or brand. But yeah, ultimately it comes down to what matters most to the customer. I would say specifically within kind of the last year, a panel manufacturer called ICO has really stood out. And just to give a bit of background context to that for any customers that might be listening. So ICO used to manufacture solar cells for panels. They didn't manufacture the panels themselves. And then in the recent year or years, they brought the panel manufacturing in-house. So not only did they manufacture the cells, they also now manufacture the full panels. And by doing that, they brought all of their kind of R&D background and they were able to disrupt the market drastically. So by what I mean by that is they now offer some of the most high efficiency panels on the market with the market leading tech from their experience and expertise in the cell manufacture. And they do all of that at a really competitive price point. So for customers, that essentially means more energy for your roof and excellent value for money. And it's why the vast majority of Joju Resi installations at the minute use ICO panels. So in summary, there are a lot of panels available on the market, and there is not really a one panel fits all solution, as every customer knows every house is different. And therefore, we need to consider each house in isolation. So the best thing for customers to do, if they got any questions about the panels, is to just get in touch with us directly. And me or one of the design team will be more than happy to talk them through the different panels that we offer, and we'll try to find the best one for their house.